Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another options and play video update. One of the things that has been really remarkable this year has been just the speed and the sharpness of the moves on the indices. Okay, uh, upside, downside, we have had some really fast, really big moves, like 10% moves in the market in a matter of days. And the remarkable thing is just how consistent that's happened, like over and over and over and over again, right? And if you've heard me in these videos talk about it, then I'm sure it's not something that is new to you. But I mean, this is something we really spend a lot of time on going over, especially when we get together for our option sessions, is this idea that not every day and it's not every week, but a lot of times, like the indices are setting up for trades on their own, right? So, like on the bull side, on the bear side, for volatility strategies, meaning like straddles, strangles, right? Sometimes when you're searching for a good setup, when the market, so in this case, when the Qs and the spiders are really consolidating, like we just saw, sometimes some of the best opportunities are actually the Qs and the spiders themselves, right? And this is something like I highlighted in a video recently. It's like this 2 week time frame, right? Like always searching for like these 2 week time frame trades where I have a reasonable degree of confidence that this pattern is going to resolve in 2 weeks, and once it resolves it's going to be a substantial move, right? Because like that can really set up well for an options trade because you can go with shorter time frame contracts and ideally catch a bigger move, right? And we've talked about it time and time again. I mean, whether it's the Qs, the spiders, whether it's like the commodities, the bonds, right? It plays out in all sorts of different areas. But if you can really pinpoint a quality setup where something has to give, and when it does give, it's going to be a significant move, then that could really line up well for options. So my thinking was after this bounce on the Qs here, we were showing a lot of parallels, right, for like a week and a half consolidation to what we did in April. I wasn't necessarily sure that we were going to go to the downside. To be honest, when we were holding above the 8 EMA, it actually looked a little bit more bullish to me. But what my confidence stemmed was for the fact that when it did resolve, I thought there was a very good chance that we saw a 20 to 25 plus point move very quickly, right? So in a matter of days, like that's where my confidence was. It wasn't necessarily in the direction. It was just that when we finally resolved, it was going to be a significant move because we've done it time and time again. Many instances this year when we move, we can string together 20, 25, 30 points in 3, 4, 5 days. So like the speed of the move has been super consistent. Now for this pattern, it was just about waiting, right? It was not necessarily about guessing the direction. It was about waiting for the resolution. So when the Qs finally broke 304, it has been about as clean of a breakdown as you could draw up. It was down on Thursday, huge gap down Friday, huge gap down Monday. Next thing you know, 27-point drop, 3 days, right? Options that were on Thursday afternoon, looking at the options that expired today, so Monday, they were only pricing in about 7.25, right? So from Thursday afternoon to Monday morning, they moved 27, where the options were only pricing in about 7.25. So that's a giant move, quite a bit more than what the options were pricing in. Now there could still be a lot more movement this week because you have the FOMC on Wednesday, and just over the last two Fed meetings, the Qs have averaged about a 12-point rally on the day of the Fed meeting. Okay, so if you're looking out now, it's like, yeah, I mean, a consolidation would be better, but that doesn't mean we still can't move, right? But the long and short of the story is that sometimes when you see like a real quality setup on the Qs or the SPY, like what we do is we try to find like similar setups in individual names. What I've been finding this year is that when I see like a real high quality setup on the Q and the spiders, that there's a lot of good opportunity just playing options on the Q and the spiders sometimes because the options tend to be mispriced. They just don't reflect the amount of movement we've been seeing, and I feel like this past few days is just another example of how mispriced the options can really be. when you have like a good setup on the indices. All right. So like I said, I mean, still probably going to be a lot of movement going on the remainder of this week. So I think there's going to be opportunities, but I mean, I really thought that this was like a nice setup, and it's ended up working out pretty well. Okay. So if you like this video and you're looking for more information about trading these setups with options, please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options to play. Have a great night. Best of luck if you guys are playing anything this week. Stay well, and I will talk to you.